Do you guys know what it means to pick your battles?
Most definitely.
All right, but do you guys actually live by that?
No, it depends on how I wake up that day. Sometimes I choose violence, sometimes I choose peace.
And you know what? That's a real response though, because sometimes I feel like, you know what? Let's tell them what this is going to be really quick.
First of all, before we start, you guys are both Sagittarius, right?
Me and Jen?
Yeah.
You guys are both single.
When you born again?
Have you guys ever thought about hooking up?
Hold on, no, wait, hold on.
What?
What date?
Oh, there.
What date? What date are you?
December 8th.
And you are?
Second.
So, have you guys ever thought about,
No.
No.
Oh. I'll never date a Sagittarius again.
That's my sister.
Again?
What was your experience?
Next question.
Oh.
I mean, I am married to a Sagittarius.
You're married to a Sag?
Yes.
What are you? What's your sign? If you're into signs.
I'm a Pisces.
Oh.
Pisces, Sag can work. Huh?
Big Pisces.
Big Pisces energy.
Not
What
to
month
be
is that?
missed.
February.
Feb.
Oh, you're a Feb.
Yeah, she's Feb, yeah.
My
What I
mom is
mean-
a March Pisces.
What I mean is,
No, it's March Pisces. We don't.
well, I'm like the end of February, so I'm into like the March section. I'm the 27th.
Do you guys actually think, you guys take this whole sign thing serious. You think there's really a science to it?
In a sense, yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think
would-
socialization plays a big role
Right.
in how somebody is, but I feel like there's a science to it.
What I would say is sometimes you read the horoscopes and it's like scarily on point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Sometimes.
yes.
But also don't believe like you should like mold yourself around that. Like
Absolutely
No.
not.
everybody can grow and change and mature and you know what I'm saying? So you can't just be like, oh, I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm a
so
Gemini, yeah.
that's the reason why I'm like this. Like, no, you can work on your flaws, quote unquote flaws or whatever.
So what I will say is that I used to date, one of my exes had the same birthday as me. And but I think we're very different.
But you're a Leo.
Yeah.
You know what I also believe?
You're a
I
Leo.
believe.
What does that mean? What does that mean though? What does that mean?
Dated a Leo.
You're a Leo.
He was horrible.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
PTSD.
Yeah, I know that one.
Controlling.
I think men and women are different though. When it comes
That's
to,
true.
I feel like male Sag versus women Sag.
Male Sagittarius are horrible.
No.
So
I think we're chill actually.
when I think about
Oh yes, sorry, chill. Yes, you
Too
guys
chill.
are chill.
Yeah.
Too
You
chill.
guys are chill.
chill.
But you're not horrible.
So when I think about a girl that likes the signs, I also think about I also put them in the same bracket as a girl that likes sage. Do you like sage
Yes.
in your house?
Yeah.
You have sage?
Yeah.
So you're a sage person?
Yeah.
So
Incense.
I don't believe
Do
in
you use, like,
sages because I feel like sages, like, and this is just my personal
Spiritual.
view. I feel like sages
Spirits.
harbor like negative spirits.
Yeah.
That's my personal belief.
I think you're messing with like, you know what I'm saying?
And I think you're messing with a
Supernatural.
side of the supernatural world. That
I
you
use it to
shouldn't.
cleanse my space, clean out
you
the
know.
Be
cracks.
careful with them thing there.
Really?
Yeah.
Think
Yes,
so?
I feel like you have to be.
A lot of
careful
people
with
say
things.
that. A lot of people say that. So somebody actually said to me, Janelle, you should stop saging. And I kind of roll my eyes at her. And I've been thinking about it. Honestly, I don't do it as often as I used to. I used to do it every weekend. On a Saturday morning, I clean on the last episode.
You sage
that I
every
got
weekend?
it. No, I used to. I used to,
Okay.
not anymore. So I don't do it as often because she was like, oh, it's kind of what you said, opening yourself up, opening your space up to a bunch of things. And at first I rolled my eyes and then, I started doing some research. So I have my sage and I'll use it from time to time, but I don't do it as often as I used to.
Okay.
So I will say that. But yeah, sometimes us women that are into horoscopes, we sage.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I'll give it a backstory quickly about how it happened. So when I was young, I used to sit duppy. Nobody
mean?
believed me like I used to sit duppy.
How do they look?
We're not gonna.
Like in a sheet.
It wasn't a sheet. It was
Like Casper?
once It wasn't like Casper. It wasn't. So a duppy is a ghost, right?
Right.
In Jamaica, we say duppy is a ghost. But what it ended up being, it was my great grandmother that passed away that was coming back to visit.
Okay.
So my parents did not believe me until the helper one day saw the duppy and ran outside and stayed outside until my daddy came. And that's when they believed me. So I was first introduced to it by burning frankincense and myrrh to clear the space. So that was my first introduction to it. So based on my introduction to it, it was more of a protection.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And a
But
cleansing.
You don't connect them, like the fact that you burned it and then all of a sudden you saw it, or you saw it prior.
No, you're not listening. You're being a Sagittarius man. I said,
I don't want clarity for myself and everybody else that's watching. Because, you know,
no, I
Some people
saw
don't
it
know.
and then they burned. My
After
parents
to
burned
clean-
after and we
okay.
never saw it again.
Oh, but did
See,
you not
you see
want
what
to
I
see-
mean?
Is your grandmother
You see what I
like
mean?
They
My
don't
great
listen.
So you
grandmother.
burn her away, you never want to see her again?
Yeah, because you don't. Because
Sometimes
okay,
spirits are bad
but
spirits
if
and
you
good
know
spirits,
about
Ah, good spirit.
But if you know about dopey or spirits, they reveal themselves to children because children are innocent.
Sense, yes.
I mean,
So-
I have another view on that still, and like I don't really want. But
I think we're
oh yes,
I think we're going into another.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question though,
Yes.
Jen, real quick. Was it like when you saw her? Was it like a silhouette?
Yeah, I
And it
didn't
was
see.
kind of like a translucent color.
Yeah, I didn't see her face.
Okay,
Like I didn't
yeah.
see her face. So I described what I saw, and at first they thought I was just being a kid with a wild
Yeah.
imagination. But when they help us, like
We can reason about this more.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
talk
but
about
not
this.
Not on this.
Yeah,
Not on
yeah.
this.
Come
But
on.
yeah. So
Yeah.
right now, what we're actually gonna do is, man, woman. We're gonna do a little.
How do you know my man?
But
Blood
Oh, you're not a man?
No, but
Danzy?
how do you know? How do you know my man?
Shake his hand.
how long have I known you?
A long
Have
time.
you ever told me that you were something else?
The beard,
True.
the beard is very telling.
Okay. Alright,
But
fair enough.
he could take testosterone.
For real.
They take testosterone. Danzy.
Danzy,
Guys, you ever confirm this, please?
is a man? You know it? 100%. 100%.
all right.
Alright.
Second.
Confirmed.
Like I was saying,
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
male, female. We're gonna do a little battle of the sexes. Okay. That's kind of how we're gonna label it.
Yeah, battle of the sexes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to my original question where I asked you guys about picking and choosing your battles, right? Is it that thing where like is it like a self-control thing it come down to? Like how you feel about that? You feel like certain things you could have probably like let slide?
No, sometimes I should say, I wake up and I choose violence, and sometimes I choose peace. What you mean?
So like when you choose violence, so like what do you expect to come from that?
No, like everything just irritate me. I just expect when they ask you, like you just for do. Like
Like what?
Just do what we
Give
say.
me an
I don't
example.
do ask you.
Give me an example.
Washing dishes.
That's
All she care about, you know, is
Hey, yo,
clean.
Fold up the laundry.
Full of laundry, like
The aisle one change.
But is it a matter of choosing violence, or is it a matter of just what do you call it? Where you switch flip?
and
Yeah.
that's choosing violence
It
because I
is.
can choose to flip my switch, or I can choose to be like, you know what? Today I'm going to ignore it because I'm not gonna make it upset my spirit because I'm in a space right now, and I'm just gonna ignore you because what I asked you to do 2 weeks ago, it still hasn't been done.
Yeah.
Or I can just be like, yo, I'm asking for do this,
you
like,
can just do it yourself.
oh no.
Oh.
Wait, who
Wait,
said
second,
that?
right?
Who said that?
How we go?
Repeat that,
What is
bro.
that?
Repeat that one there,
Who
please.
said that? I was just saying. What?
I thought no. Since you don't want to repeat it, let me tell you what I heard. You mumbled, or you can just do it yourself. Did you just say that?
That was the other option. No, like if it means that much to you, and it's
No,
not
so
done.
then that means you're waking up and choosing violence.
You're choosing violence that day then.
That's how.
Yeah, you're choosing violence. Because there's no way you can go tell me say,
Men,
just do it
but
yourself.
men never choose violence, though. Are you saying that?
Right.
This is a
do you choose violence sometimes?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Passively.
Oh.
And how do you choose violence sometimes?
Rebellion.
Yeah, rebellion.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't.
wanna do
But
it.
anyways, what kind of I guess chores or whatever you're asking the guy to do is something that you can't do yourself. Obviously, I'm thinking
No.
it's something you can do yourself.
Yeah.
It's like what is it?
She just doesn't feel it.
I just don't want to do it myself.
Is it like taking out the garbage or something like
I
that?
don't
take
take
out
out
the
garbage.
garbage.
I
To be
don't
fair-
take out garbage.
Yeah, so I'm saying like stuff like that.
I don't feel like women should take out
I
garbage
agree,
when they're
I
in a
agree, I
relationship
agree. I agree with
or
that.
marriage.
I agree.
I don't think
Outside.
women
Yeah, I
should.
agree with that. Too. I'm just saying like, I'm talking about stuff like that.
Hey, I'm gonna give you a little story. Before we started the podcast today, I was putting air in my tire. Actually, I was going to the gas station to put air in my tire, And I saw this girl. She was like a damsel in distress. She was by the
Was she?
by the air pump. No, seriously. She was by the air pump. No, seriously. She was by the air pump. And her tire was mash up.
She
And I
couldn't
was just
do
like,
herself.
no, she couldn't do it herself. Initially I saw her and I was like, are you okay? She's like, no, I need help. Actually, you know what? I parked at the car and then I came out to the car and said, are you okay? She's like, no, I need help. Which I knew because I saw how the tire was, but some women don't take help from men, especially men that they don't know. So I'm not gonna go up and ask her, yo, she need help. Sorry, I'm not gonna just help her without asking. So I'm like, do you need help? She's like, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. I saw the tire was fucked up. Sorry. Whoops. The tire was messed up. I don't know how it reached that stage. And I helped her take the tire off, and I was like, "Yo, I think you need to like the rim was bent." I said, "I think you need to go to a tire shop." And somebody was there with her, like another lady was there with her.
That's like a red flag.
No, why is that a red flag?
The rim, bro.
The rim was bent?
I don't know. No. I don't know what happened.
Driving like...
Honestly, I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Was she naked?
No, man, she couldn't have been drunk. It was like.
There are no potholes
Actually, no,
here,
I don't know.
She could have been drunk.
She could have been drunk, but she didn't seem. No, sorry, she didn't seem drunk, but I literally just helped her, and I was like, you know what, like, obviously I don't know where her man was, but obviously she, more than likely she's single, because I was like, yo, she said she's been at the gas station for 2 hours. I'm thinking, oh yeah, she's definitely single. Like, why, if she had a man, where was he?
Kick off. Easy.
Did she go to the gym? You should have given that right number.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yo, and can't let to know.
She didn't. To be fair, she wasn't a gym girl. I can tell. She wasn't a gym girl.
It's not fair because it's not.
She wasn't a gym girl, so I was like, alright, let me help her take off.
I'm not gonna discriminate and say it's only gym girls. Anyways, continue your answer.
No.
It's not fair.
You said it.
Well, you didn't say it though.
I'm not asking what I like.
You said it.
You said it. You said it in the previous
That means I
episode.
can't like someone else. No.
So you only like gym girls?
No.
Never. Hey!
You have a couple gym girl, right?
Never gym girl. Me have
You
couple.
always in the gym every day.
Me have couple gym girls.
Yeah, you're in the
Well,
gym.
now.
You're in the gym.
No, me no want right now.
Hold on there. My G.
Don't edit that. Keep that part.
She alright. We're good enough.
I don't want another Sagittarius. No. For not joke aside, it's nothing against Rhino. Rhino is a cool guy. He's always been so kind, so sweet.
Rhino's
A perfect gentleman.
Let's put it out
Whenever
there.
I've interacted with him, I just do not desire to date another Sagittarius.
Are you serious? So it's based on his sign?
She had one and it was about it.
Rhino.
I
sign?
always hearing these negative things about Sagittarius men, and it's not true.
So let me say positive things about Sagittarius men. Positive things. They are extremely hardworking. They are extremely hardworking. I have never met another man who is as hardworking as a Sagittarius man. Big up yourself. They are very, very protective. They're very protective. They are providers.
Providers.
Damn.
They are providers.
Sounded very high value to me.
I mean, Jen, so far your pros are pretty high.
No, but I'm speaking positive.
Right.
I'm saying the positive thing.
Okay.
Never had a complaint in the bedroom.
Okay, so what's the
Never had a
problem?
complaint
So
in the
what
bedroom.
is the problem?
We're not gonna talk about that.
Sounds like a golden shepherd to me.
But at this time, I don't desire to date another Sagittarius.
But I feel like if you're going to mention the positives, you have, and it seems
Yeah.
like, oh,
There's some good positives
That's a
there.
good man. So what is it that?
Sound like a what?
They outweigh a lot.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what's
what's the
it
negative?
that? What's the negative that would
What could be
outweigh
the
all
negative?
those
Yeah.
positives? Just give us a generalized.
You know what? You put your
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
How do I say this? He's a Jamaican man. That is it.
Oh, exactly.
That
It's
is
nothing to do with
It's
signs.
not the
He's a Sagittarius.
But why do
He's
you?
a Sagittarius Jamaican man.
So it's not the sign, is the culture.
Amazing.
He's a Sagittarius Jamaican
It's the
man.
culture.
My girl, we're up on the same team.
We are on the same.
He's a-
Well, you have a Sagittarius
But that's
Jamaican
what
married
I'm
to
man.
one.
saying. Like, I'm
She has a
married to
Sagittarius.
She's in love with one, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I know because
No.
we're.
Oh, you know, so I'm not in love with my Sagittarius.
Oh.
My ex-
I wouldn't be surprised.
The podcast smash up here now. Next question.
So it's a situation where it's like, because I'm married to one, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
They have
Them
all these
irritating
high
bad
qualities,
man.
but they're very irritating.
Them irritating
They're very
bad
irritating.
man.
But you're not gonna find anyone that's perfect.
No, I'm not gonna find anyone. I didn't say I wanted a perfect man.
So when you say they're irritating, like men irritate women, I'm sure, and as well as women irritate men. So what's the problem?
Him now wash the dishes.
Get a dishwasher.
I don't want my dishes washed in the dishwasher all the time.
I know that's true.
I
Not
don't
all
want
the
my
time.
no.
You rather wash hand wash.
It's not all the time.
Yes.
It's not the dishwasher for
Yeah, but Jen, I'm trying to analyze what you're saying here now.
I am not the top. This is not Battle of the Sexes. This is a different episode. What is
The
it?
thing is, with the secretaries, you have to tell them.
No, this one ears kind of not in our work. It's just,
So she's talking about a particular individual. I don't think you should
Yeah.
paint Sagittarius.
But
men in
he's
the
a
same brush.
Sagittarius man.
How many Sagittarius men have you dated?
Oh, that's a good question.
One.
There you go.
And you're painting in the same brush. Imagine if a man said the same thing about Sagittarius woman.
And he would be right if he said we're terrorists. It's true. Him not lie.
But some men like that.
Because some men it excitement.
Yeah.
Sometimes them like the violence, the little razzle dazzle. Yeah, man, sometimes them like it. Keep it spicy.
The bad liquor.
In fact, yeah.
Some
Oh, no, you're not.
spice
You're
is
not.
nice.
You're not
She's
Sagittarius.
a Pisces, but she's not much different from us.
It's the truth.
Oh, okay. When is Pisces? Is it February?
March
Every
and
month of-
February.
How
Okay.
Pisces are here?
So I guess the reason why I ask that question is like, sometimes I feel like what I encounter is not a woman choosing to say, yo, I'm choosing violence. Sometimes it's just,
Irritation.
she just blow up. You remember, yo, I don't know if you guys remember this cartoon back in the day, yo, it was Animaniacs. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that segment called Katie Kaboom?
Yeah.
I never really understood what it was until I got older.
Yeah, because those cartoons are actually made for adults.
Yes.
But kids didn't understand.
Didn't understand why, exactly. So
What's
go back
that?
and watch Katie Kaboom and
Okay.
you understand what we deal with sometimes with that man.
But don't you
But
guys...
you know, there's some women that say that women don't blow up for no reason.
Exactly.
Don't.
We
I
don't.
don't believe that.
No, because you
Women
see,
don't
on
do it for
a
no
lack
reason.
understanding.
Some women.
On a lack, you men lack understanding. On a lack understanding.
Facts.
And listen, men are very solution focused, right?
Yeah, we are.
If we tell another problem, you guys are extremely solution focused. So why, if we tell us I want to know for wash the dishes, you know, don't wash it. I am stuck on the dishes.
I just told you, the solution is get a dishwasher.
Because you're busy doing
I
other
just told you.
What other things? Because the painting still sitting in the corner over there for the last 2 months.
things.
Every week when we clean, me have to dust the painting because the painting I collect dust.
Yes.
What
So
do
I
you
mean,
mean?
like, but Jen, come on, that cannot be.
But if you're bridging Corridor and say, yo, me I move or me buy this TV, come help me
Jump
about
on.
this TV.
Ready.
Quick and fast.
Quick and
No,
fast.
because that's your dog, right?
Yep.
So remember, you see when the cocky rise at night time, go call your dog. Don't roll over and touch me. Because the painting's still in the corner and the dishes them need to wash.
Oh.
But I feel like that's too simple though. Some man
No,
dishes,
it's
bro.
not.
No, it's-
but
must-
sometimes it's
Yeah,
those
that's what you
simple
say,
things.
But that's the disconnection.
Hold on, no.
Something as simple as dishes. It's simple to you, but it's something that
No.
matters
What I'm
to
saying,
me.
I'm not disregarding what her issue is, you know. I'm not disregarding her problem with it, you know. I'm saying it's a simple fix.
But
What is the fix?
It is, and that's,
Wash the dishes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It is, and I do it myself, right? Because Danielle always says it's the little things. I'm just like,
It's the little
why is it the little things?
It
Like,
is because it is.
why is it the little things? Like, it's annoying. Like, okay, God, Jesus Christ. Like, the
But
big
it-
things don't matter.
I don't-
It's the little things.
No, it's not that the big things don't matter. It's that we know that you guys will take care of the big things.
Exactly.
Yes.
The big things are taken care of. So listen, men don't understand this. The little things is what keeps you with an empty ball sack.
The little things is that.
Do I need to repeat it?
My vagina wet.
All the time.
All the time.
And there is the difference between, oh my God, he's been nagging me, let me just give him some sex. And oh my gosh, he washed the dishes, he wiped the counters, he swept the kitchen and he mopped it. You know, do you know the level of freakiness you can unlock in? Are you listening?
Give us spice, give us spice.
Do you know the level of freakiness you can unlock in your wife?
You know,
Do that? Bro, like I'm trying to help you out. I talked about giving y'all the playbook last
No.
time.
You are right, because sometimes when I wash the dishes, Or sometimes when I make the bed, yeah, I
Bruh.
know it sounds as simple.
It's a little thing.
She's like, oh
she
my
said.
God, you made the bed? I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, I made the bed.
And you know, for me as a woman, I don't know how
Good job.
I don't know how other women feel about this. For me, I could care less for like Valentine's Day. I could care less for like Mother's Day and stuff like that because I feel like what is
Wash the dishes.
That's the key to the wetness.
All you have to do.
That's the key to the wetness.
Keep the dishes wet. Keep your woman wet.
That's all you gotta do, bro.
keep the dishes wet and keep it.
That's not cap.
So my thing is like because you know when Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, it's like things that you're expected to do and you're doing it because
So that don't make you wet.
no, because everybody else is doing it and you're just doing it because it's a
But if
societal thing.
we don't do it, you get upset.
No, I don't. I don't know how other women are. I don't care for Valentine's Day. Like if you give me something, I'm like, oh thanks.
Right.
But it's not something that is like,
When you
oh yeah.
open Instagram and say everybody I get them look at this and I say, you know what?
No, not when you get it all year round.
Yeah, not when you get it all year round, it doesn't mean that much. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It's like when your man is constantly like feeding into
I'd
you.
rather my dishes be washed on Valentine's Day.
Like, listen, I'd rather come home
Okay.
to a clean house.
I'll do that.
It's all good.
I would rather come
Alright,
home
let me
to a
ask
clean
you
house.
the question. What if the man feel like say him a pour into you and he's doing all what he needs to do?
You
right?
feel like, you know,
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
feel like.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he legit feels like he's putting in the effort and the work, right? And then you are maybe giving him back talk, or you are saying that you're not do certain things because him not fulfill certain things, but he internally feels like he's doing a lot.
But you feel like that's a problem.
Hold
You
on,
feel
now.
like
So it's like where's the balance when it comes to like, all right, a man is pouring into you, he wants a little something from you, but you're not doing it because you want him to do this extra stuff as
the
well.
important thing is listening to what your partner wants. It's not what you feel like. It's
I'm
listening
just
to what
saying
your
like
partner wants.
it's that exactly. So if he's telling you what he wants, right, and you're not doing it because he said, "Oh, I need you to wash the dishes,"
But truly, really and truly,
but he's doing everything else.
But really and truly, what I really want, I just want consistent sex, and that will make
And
me
little
happy.
food.
And little food, right? Like, what does I
That
really
sounds
want?
very simple though.
Men are very simple.
Yes.
So sometimes we just want the simple
Okay,
things.
and then because you guys are simple creatures, you believe that we are supposed to be simple creatures too, which we are not. We're more
Right.
It's not even
complex
that though.
creatures.
Like if we're that simple and we're not requiring much from you, and you're not even doing that.
Exactly.
Okay, so
You're not even doing that, but you
so I
want
hear
to be
what
like
you're
Prince
saying because
Charming.
it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're saying that a lot of times women don't create a safe space
Yeah.
for men to be able to be vulnerable and share that their needs are not being met. Am I right?
So something like that, in the sense where like his needs are not being met. He's telling you,
His needs are not being met.
and you are saying that you're not doing it because he's not making you feel happy.
Okay, so there's a big C.
Yeah.
Right? There's a big C and it's not it's compromise. So if you're telling me that you want to be fed and sexed, right? And I'm telling you that I need more help around the house. You're more focused on we are not having sex the way we used to have sex. And I'm more focused on
You're not doing what you
these
do.
baby ass kids are driving me crazy.
All right.
And the house is a mess. And I need some more help. So I'm not getting my needs met and you're not getting your needs met.
And you know what?
And it's easier for you to go inward and not speak much.
yes.
That's true.
But we are going to choose violence. And
and
we're going to cause.
you're right.
So I think what she said is important, that we both need to listen. But I can honestly say as a woman, sometimes we get very selfish. And as long as our needs are being met, we do not care about how we make our men
Yes.
feel.
Say
And
again.
a lot
Say
of
again.
times as
That's what I'm
women,
trying to.
we do not care about our men's mental health. And I think we as women don't understand that men, we face stress in our jobs, right? But I feel like black men, they face, the minute they walk out of that door, it's a whole different level of stress before they even get to her. Being a black man in America driving a nice car, that is a stress in itself in certain neighborhoods. So Rana, you are right. Sometimes we do not listen and we do not give enough. No, it's not a trick. I promise you. There's no cap.
I'm glad you realize it.
There's no cap.
I'm glad you realize it. I'm glad you realize it, though. I'm glad you realize it.
But a lot of times we don't really give our men the support that they need. We don't ask, babe, how was your day, and listen.
Clap for that, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Clap for that, man.
Wait, y'all agree with me? What is happening? What is happening?
We're getting somewhere.
It's not that deep.
But this is not that.
It is.
It's not a set.
However, let me interject. Let me interject. I completely agree with you 100%. However, what I do think that stems from the fact of, and I'm coming from a mother, I'm coming from a wife, and I'm coming from a caretaker. I think that stems from the fact that as women, we feel like we exert so much emotionally, physically, mentally. So it's like when you feel like you're exerting so much and you're giving so much into like every aspect of your relationship and life, and then all you're asking for is that one small little thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Of just making me feel like, oh, I'm appreciated, or making me feel like I'm valuable, other than the fact that you just want somebody to pleasure your needs whenever you want to. That's where the stress of it all comes in, and that's where the stress of it, that's where the disconnection comes in, where it's like, okay, I am exerting so much, but I'm asking you for just this one small emotional support, or I'm asking you for this support of like taking care of the house, but then you can't even give me that. So how do you expect me to then give you that extra stuff?
But what? Wait, hold on. Sorry, Reese. 1 second. What I've got to say is, first of all, right? It's human nature for us to always remember the negative that somebody's done, and not the positive. For instance, you talk about like washing the dishes. For the most part, I think I wash the dishes in the house because I'm here alone. I work from home, and that one time when I don't do the dishes, it's a problem. But what about the other times I didn't do it? When I did do it.
But what if, okay, so...
You don't remember that part?
No, I can't speak for her. But what if after a long day, coming through the door and seeing an empty sink just gives her that peace?
I get you.
But you know what I find with men? But you know what I find with men?
My days are long as well. You don't know what I'm going through.
It's not a matter of the length of the days, but it's just your home.
But you know what I find with men?
You still don't know what I'm going through during that day.
You know what I find with you men? You men want to be praised for every little thing.
No, I don't. I don't want to necessarily be praised, but I feel like sometimes you guys forget the stuff that we have done.
Yeah. Hold on, read.
Seriously, I sometimes I do forget. And I think it's human nature.
You're right. Backing off, I think you went off and, you talked about some things.
You mean the things I was right about? Say it again for the people in the back.
You're saying like, we expect this and that. How much is a lot per week for sex? Like, what you say is too much. You're giving your man sex. How much time a week? Or months or whatever.
Months?
Quantify.
Whatever, everybody different.
What do you mean months?
It depends on your situation.
How we reach her?
Because if it's a once in a while thing then, and that's all he's asking for then.
So what you say? So
no, but I feel like that's
Don't negotiate on the podcast.
That's a question for the men.
Mm-hmm.
Men, how often?
What are your expectations?
Women are the ones that are giving.
What are your expectations of how many times a week you expect sex?
7 days.
What?
You don't want that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Men that say 7 days, I don't think are in relationships.
100% no.
Because to be honest,
You're not getting sex from just one person if you want sex every day.
I wouldn't turn it down, but I mean,
I wouldn't turn it down, but I think 7 days. It's unrealistic. So I would say you have 7 days out of the week, between 4 and 5.
I was going to say 3.
Okay, 4 and 5. Right now, we know that you're single,
which is fine. What do you
like
say?
how many days would you say?
But stress out.
No, do you think that's high?
4 or 5, my stress out.
For real? Do you think that's high?
45 is a good number.
My stress out.
I think 3 to 4 is decent.
Yeah.
I think 3 to 4 is decent.
Alright, so
If I did, every other
I can hear where Geek goes. She's stressed out.
My stress out because
you think that's too little.
You need more? I'm worried.
Is it because you're a mom though?
yes.
Okay.
Because
And that has a big part to play
I
in it.
understand.
So I feel like married couples who don't have kids, 3 to 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, okay, that is probably realistic for you
Yeah,
because I would say like before we had kids, like we were rabbits, like we would just.
Oh, we know.
We were.
Before they had kids, they were rabbits. But
It was like whatever situation like it was on and popping, but then when the kids come into play and then it's like realistically as a parent, even if fathers are involved, I will say 80% of the stress goes on the mothers, especially if you're a type of mother who is very involved and you're breastfeeding, you're doing all those things. It's like after me go through a whole day, I deal with kids, me I do homework, me I do all of these things, and then bedtime come, I'm tired, and if I get up 6 o'clock in the morning to get kids ready for school, me put my head down at 10, 11 o'clock at night, but then you want some front after that. Like,
And I hear that breastfeeding moms also feel very touched out. So is that true? Like you just feel overstimulated by touch?
I will say my experience with my first child was it was a situation where I felt very overstimulated because it's like if I didn't have a kid on my breast, I have my husband in my front. Like just to be realistic and blunt.
What?
And it was just like because
that rhymes to the bars.
it was just like you felt like you were just being used as a service because you have a child that's breastfeeding like on you
Let me ask you that
24/7
question.
and then at night before you go to sleep
I have a question.
your husband
Hold on.
your husband
Space.
wants to be pleasured
You need
and
space.
then you feel like you want to please everybody, so it's like you don't have an option, you don't have a choice but to take care of this child, but then you don't want to also feel like you're neglecting your husband
Is that-
because they need to be
Maybe it's a controversial question, but is that like a woman's like responsibility
To what?
to you know what I'm saying?
Would you like to choose another word?
No, this is a real question.
Wait, hold on,
Yeah, like before the joke let me explain.
No, yeah, explain.
Whoa,
Explain.
Yeah, but
Hold on, let me
yeah.
explain.
I think what the guys are trying to explain right now is that men don't require much.
Exactly.
You see me? And yes, when I have children, whatever. So you have children, you can't just neglect your husband at that point or your man at that point.
and this is where the
I
disconnect
think it's difficult, though.
this is where the disconnect
But she never said that she was neglecting
think
him.
No, it becomes that thing where like, where do you find a balance to make it work?
But
I think that's all we're trying to get to with this whole conversation. It's
But
like,
that's
how
the
much is
thing.
it
There is
minimum?
no balance because the disconnect happens where you men don't realize the emotional and the mental aspect of what's happening and the physical aspect of what's happening. And you're just thinking about, oh, well, she's still my wife and she still needs to pleasure me. So it's like you can't neglect your duties as a wife. So you don't understand the mental battle that goes on. Now you're a mother where you're trying to provide for this child, but then you have your husband over here, which he was your child for how many years y'all was together.
I think-
and he was the center of attention. And now it's like, how do you tell him like, oh, I'm tired and I don't want to pleasure you?
And men don't like to hear women are tired.
I think like, yeah, anybody that
Give it a woman.
thinks deeply and understands will understand what women are going through, right?
No,
and we're not taking away anything
I don't
from
think
that.
y'all men understand what a
Me
woman
personally,
we
I
will-
speak for myself.
I don't think we'll ever know.
Never
I
understand.
don't think we'll ever know fully understand. Yeah.
We can
I don't think we'll
reason
ever
with it
fully
and we can be like,
understand.
you know what? She's had a stressful time.
Yeah, I don't think
she
we'll
just
ever
had
fully
my
understand.
child. She's breastfeeding.
Let me breathe
She's
it
taking, you know what I'm saying? Let me understand.
And that is
We're
for the
understanding.
unicorns in the
No.
room that exist.
No,
and
but
so
true.
far, I want to know of one unicorn in my life that exists. Because you have men who, as the 6 weeks done,
They don't even want to wait the 6
them
weeks.
don't even want to wait to 6 weeks, even after them don't even acknowledge the fact that you just push a whole human being out of your front and it ripped you all the way open, and you got stitches to think about. No, if we want to get real and if we want to get really real here, but then them don't want to wait the 6 weeks because I need to get my pleasure too and my hand not do the job. And if you don't want me cheat
Or what
on
that
you,
mouth do.
what that mouth do, or if you don't want me cheat on you, then you're
No, it's
supposed to
real
do
talk.
your
What the mouth
duties
do?
as a wife. I mean, come on.
I mean, you know what, Kiko, what I was saying?
Kiko was talking about
See,
how
truly?
you've had a long day, you don't want to pleasure your husband because you're tired and blah, blah, blah. And neither of you said, well, you know what, I'll maybe try and look at trying to take over bedtime routine or something.
No.
And that's why I
But
didn't
no,
say
you're saying
anything
that, but
because I was
asked-
listening
hold on,
to that.
I asked what is the balance? You know what I'm saying? Like as a partnership.
But I feel like, but if you both are parents and that's your wife, why
Women are gonna hate me after this probably. but
why are you
it's like
asking what the balance is, bro? It's obvious.
It's obvious.
It's
Alright.
obvious.
But it's not.
What do you mean it's not?
Because you're looking at it,
Bro.
your experience is completely different than mine. So, considering the two different perspectives, a man has to understand what it's like to be a woman. It's not possible. So then communication.
Man or woman, you see the problem.
This is where communication comes in, right?
Yeah.
Now, we have the ability in relationships to own things that don't need to be owned, where we can communicate. She gonna own a beef, we don't need to own a beef. You can just talk it through. But if he doesn't know, you need support in different ways. And we're talking about in these particular instances that are considered to be maternal, right? Considered societally to be maternal, right? We have to give you that space because societally, that's what it says.
I suggest.
So unless you come and you say, hey, I need help here, I'm gonna step back because that's what
Suggest.
That is
Hold on. You realize the question.
Listen, it
Hold
might
on.
be bullshit, but that is the standard.
Think about it. The question to ask you was not what is the balance in this? How do you get to that balance, right? As a partnership, we have to be able to communicate them kind of things.
Yeah, it's
I get to a place where you can be like, you know what, baby, you're stressed out. Tell me what you're dealing with, and tell me how I can help you. If you have a partner that is not willing to do what's necessary to help you,
That's different.
Yeah, exactly. That's different. You have to really evaluate what you deal with.
But I feel like sometimes as women, we are tired of telling
But here's the
you
thing,
guys
though.
what
We're not
to
married
do.
because we're
We
always
are
talking
so
about.
tired of telling you all what to do and how many times I have to tell you what I want.
I can talk all I don't want to know.
Assumptions being
The reason why we're doing this podcast today, this is what we'll call it.
You know what? I
Men versus
think
women. Hold on.
all of you are
Men versus-
full of shit.
No, come
All
on,
of you
Jen.
are full. No, listen to me.
shit.
If
Hold
you
on. Let me see.
if only hear a son in a own car, remember me telling you say, una go find every single mechanic from Jamaica go a Japan to figure out the sound in a car. Now come tell me nothing, but me need to tell you say, well me need no help, but no full of shit, and I'm standing 10 toes down on that.
You can't go for
You guys are solution oriented. If there is a problem, why is it not? You know what?
But
Every time after she tapping eyes. Every time after she do bedtime routine,
Yes.
and I want to have sex or make love to my wife, she has no energy. What about tonight with my solution-oriented ass? I'm going to take over the bedtime routine, and I'm going to shower this baby and read bedtime stories and give this baby the bottle and sing lullabies and put this baby ass kid to bed so I can get some of my wife's nice gushy wet pum pum. Why on the can't solution focus then?
I don't know, man. I heard both of them saying them way there.
What? You say what? And you know what would be nice too? You come back. Come here, let me tell you. You see, before you go and do the bedtime routine, what if you run your wife a nice bubble bath?
Yeah.
Huh?
Here's the
You
question.
stopped and picked up some roses when you went to go help the girl with her tire at the gas station. And then you ran the bath water and you put some roses. Hello, I'm talking to you. Some petals in the bathroom from a girl over there. Yeah, so you can and you wash the dishes and you wipe the counter and you sweep the floor and you mop. Do you know the level of free, bruh? I'm telling you, try it. That's for free. The next piece of advice, I'm gonna charge you for it. Y'all full of shit.
Kiko, what you said would happen after that?
Skin out my bongo.
You know what, Maga try.
I have no words.
I'm gonna direct my next question
Because
to the
I'm
man them
right.
will have children, right? So, Remy, you have a child.
Yeah.
You know, they're speaking from a woman's standpoint. They're under a lot of stress. They're dealing with a lot, right? From a male's viewpoint, is life all just like candy and dandy? Like, are you just having fun over there, or are you under stresses as well?
do you find balance?
You know, honestly, I feel like I'm the type of person who can compartmentalize my stress to handle the situation. I don't think it's meant for, you know, because honestly, we just really don't know.
Yeah.
And until you go through it, you have a decision to make. You can try to fix it. That now will work. Because sometimes you don't even understand what the problem is. So we'll fix a problem that you don't understand. There, right? And it's also, dealing with kids is also a transition thing, you know. Like, it's not the same thing, but I would say it in my language so you can understand. It's like you go to your virgin funeral. You don't leave the funeral saying, I want some pum pum muffins. There's a transition. You take care of your kids, they might say something to you that like touch you in a certain way, and you're like, damn, yo, I'm really a parent. And it's just like, you can't just be like, yo, she want a dick in her mouth. Like, it's a weird transition. Right? And it's a timing of it. You're talking about different stages when the child's a baby. You're feeding that child every 2 hours. Her breast is not your breast no more. It is raising a human being. Right? So you can't be like, yo, you want the breast in between, in the 2 hours? Like, you know what I mean? There's certain things you're going to have to process, and you're going to have to give it time. And I know as a man, it's very difficult because you want things and you don't understand why you can't get things, but it's just take yourself out of it. It's not forever. Kids are going to be 1, 2 forever. Correct. Right? So just dive into it and then you get better afterwards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just understanding that you can't fix everything. Zine?
And like,
ladies and gentlemen,
you guys hear
my unicorn right here.
All right,
my second husband, my unicorn right here.
There's a reason why.
Edit all that.
There's a reason why we asked Remy and Remy responded the way he did is because when talking from one of personal experiences. I mean, I don't think you have any children in your gender right now, but
well, you know about me.
You have the floor. You can answer. You have children.
But besides the point,
I guess what I'm saying is like,
not biological, but she got a lot of kids.
You can talk about the negative experiences, but then there's women out here that actually have solid men that are taking care of their responsibility.
Yes.
They're trying their best to understand their partner and help out, right?
But
we're not negating that.
But Remy said what I said.
All you hear is a negative usually about men.
No, but Remy said what I said. Find a solution. And Remy said it. He said he had to understand that sometimes he wants our breast in him out, but he can't get the breast in between the two every 2 hour feed.
But generally, if you take it back a few minutes, you understand that was the first question I asked. I said, yo, how do you find the balance?
No, and I'm
That's
agreeing.
all I was trying to ask from back then, you know.
Mr. Sagittarius, I'm agreeing. We're actually agreeing
I'm just saying.
It's a moment. Did you catch it? We're agreeing.
They're agreeing.
We're on the same page. Okay, carry on.
Love connection coming soon.
What is happening?
We're about to have the wedding on a pod.
Put all that up.
Summer of love. Okay.
Midsummer Night Dream.
Question for the...
Don't.
All right. Question for the you know, tired and all that stuff like that. I'm not one.
What do you mean?
Whenever you...
when you're ready.
Send on, yeah.
But how would you feel
if him stops?
If he just stopped acting?
Yes, exactly. That's a good question.
Yeah, I think.
No, then you have to hold him down and take it. Okay, no, that no.
So you go a couple nights and you're like, oh, I'm tired. And
say, all right, cool.
The guy does that.
You're gonna think he's cheating.
I'm cool.
Yeah,
she probably will. She probably will, to be honest. Yeah, she probably will.
Why do we have to like naturally go to cheating though?
Wait, what?
Why do we have to go to cheating?
So I think a woman who
you tell me
whose relationship has other troubles will naturally
think about
default.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's cheating.
Yeah.
So I think it really and truly depends on the relationship and where you guys are as a couple and what has happened in the past and what is happening. Now, if there has been no infidelity, trust has not been broken in any way, shape, or form, she will not default to cheating.
Yes.
I think at that point she may look into herself and be like, shit. Well, she should look into herself and be like, shit. Maybe I should deal with that youth proper.
But how far into it then?
Well, I don't know. After how many? No,
a year.
I don't think people should go a month without sex. I just don't. Outside of the 6 weeks or 8 weeks after birth, I just don't feel like a healthy relationship should go that long without sex.
What's the longest time?
Can you put a time frame on it, though?
I don't think it should reach a month. So I think everybody gets to define what is healthy for their relationship. My deal breakers aren't your deal breakers, right? So what may be healthy for me, you may be like, what the hell? Or vice versa. So in a healthy relationship, I mean, at least once a week.
But question, say healthy relationships, is that collaborative decision in terms of what is healthy, or is that you deciding unilaterally?
No, I think it should be.
It should be collaborative.
It should be collaborative.
Ideally. Ideally.
And as the longer you're with a person, you both grow, right? Yeah. So it's going to change. You know what I mean? You are changing as people. Things are going to change, and there always needs to be open communication.
That's true.
As I feel like there needs to be open communication about sex. Like, why are couples not talking about sex? Like,
what do you mean? Like what?
Like what I need tonight.
Like what position?
Like maybe I just want you to choke me tonight. Like maybe I just maybe.
Wait, hold on. Let's see.
Maybe we need to. Couples need to like get into the role playing.
Like what?
Like
cops and robbers?
No, I'm not talking about that. But all right. For instance, right?
What's the role play?
No, for instance, you and Dante just went to chill, right? So on the way home or at chill and say, yo, we are gonna play like side chick and side man and come home and you guys just stay in character. That's what I'm talking about.
But you know what, Jen? Like when you're
Or like she go home tonight and she said to her husband, babe, just fuck me like a stripper.
Yeah.
Just like
what I'm saying though is like
that's what I'm like. Just
that's a mature, developed relationship.
It's
But
a sexually healthy relationship.
There
are times of the month when a woman's body is super sensitive. So certain positions it may feel more intense. It may feel a little bit more painful where you are in your cycle. If you have other things going on,
that's true.
That open communication needs to be there, and you cannot be just like, yo, this feel good to me. Blah 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 blah. It needs to be. That's a part of a healthy relationship.
Jen is 100% right. Like I feel like we should normalize communicating
sex,
right? But the problem is, is out there in society, people they think when they meet somebody, the person should know already.
No, you have to.
But you cannot know because everybody is a different. Everybody's different.
Have you guys noticed that even just like?
But hold on, sorry.
Talking.
As a man, when you meet a girl, the girl wants you to already know.
No,
I don't think.
I don't.
Right.
No,
are you serious?
I don't.
Well, that's mad.
As a woman,
I literally had a conversation.
As Jen,
not too long ago.
I don't expect a man to know how to please me.
Yeah.
But a lot of men feel like them just get on top of you, bam, bam, bam. Oh, you're gonna come. A lot of women do not experience
orgasm.
Their orgasm by penetration, and a lot of men don't know that. A lot of women have to be on top to experience an orgasm. A lot of women need a lot of clitoral stimulation to orgasm. Many men feel like once they are on top or once they have penetrated you, you're going to orgasm.
No,
that's not true.
That's not true.
That's an immature man.
Most men think that, like,
but listen, that is a man who's never been in a sexually healthy relationship. It is easy for a woman to fake an orgasm. You guys will never know.
It's true.
Well, no. If she's been faking and you actually make her orgasm that first time, you're gonna know. You're gonna be like, oh hell no, she's been faking this heifer. For real.
Have you also realized? That men, when they meet women who are sexually forward or the exploratory.
I have no idea.
Like it's like a scary thing for them.
Yeah, because men like to dominate in the bedroom.
Because some men are just like, they don't know what to do with that, or they don't know how to they don't know how to understand that, because it I feel like it goes to like, oh well,
their ego.
She's so sexually open, or she talks about sex so openly, and it's like, is she?
Okay, yeah, you got a good point. You got a good point.
Because men want to feel like they're introducing you to a lot of things. Yeah, it's an ego ego thing.
Right.
Like you have
Is
men.
that ego thing though?
Yes, it is. It is an ego thing. It is an ego thing. And also,
It is.
a lot of men are not open to toys in the bedroom.
Yeah.
true.
Jamaican men.
That's true.
A lot of men are not open to toys.
That's true.
Yo, pay attention. Pay attention. to what I'm
You're
saying.
right.
To toys.
What kind of toys?
Okay, so, and again, let us talk about sex.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So let us have these open, healthy conversations about sex.
Okay.
Not while we're in the heat of the moment, but let us have these conversations
Prior.
about sex.
So you talk about
What is
sex prior.
acceptable and what is not acceptable in the bedroom?
But
Are
that's-
you
let me
are
ask you
you
a question.
open to toys?
Are you
What
gonna-
are these toys?
If you're dating,
Let's ask
if you
this.
start dating someone tomorrow, and understand you're gonna have sex a month later, when I don't know what your time frame is for them.
A month after the first date? You must
I
have
don't, I don't know, bro. I'm just saying. I'm
Couple
giving her
hours.
a grace period. Right? When do you have these conversations? When is it the right time to have these conversations as
Right off
someone?
the bat.
So I
Really?
so
At what
I,
age I think it should be right off the bat?
Right off the bat. I'm too old
Yeah.
for that.
1,000%.
so I feel like it depends on the couple, it depends on the people.
Of course.
But I feel like sex should be discussed early.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be discussed early. Likes and dislikes. Do you have any? What is? It may sound stupid, but like, do you need a safe word?
Alright.
Is there a safe word?
So
Is there anything?
prior to the first time, I'm gonna should have the conversation.
I think, yeah, because no, do you have a safe word? What is a safe word? There's a word
How
that you
far
guys
are
come
you
up
willing
with.
to go?
If I say this word,
What do you
you
mean, how
immediately
far?
need to
I'm
stop.
just saying, how far are you willing to go? Sex is, you can explore sex in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. How
In a lot of
far are
different
you
ways.
willing to go with our sexual
I feel like
activities?
you're more like an anomaly in the woman.
The women don't just talk openly about that typically.
We've been to bread. Should we talk about
Yeah, they talk amongst each other.
Yeah, you talk
We
amongst
talk-
each other.
Okay.
We don't talk with the men.
Right, but hold on. But it comes back to what we were talking about earlier, that a lot of men have this ego when it comes to sex. And they feel like they know everything there is to know. So sometimes a man does not create a safe space for us to have these conversations and be open about what we want and what we need.
Right.
So in a sense, sometimes as a woman, you kind of feel like, well, I don't want him to think any way of me, so let me not say certain things, or let
He's
me.
gonna think me I'm a hoe.
Right.
He's gonna think I'm in for the streets.
sometimes
like,
you may find yourself waiting for him to bring up sex. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't want him to think that you're this overly a promiscuous woman.
Yes.
You understand what I'm
But
saying?
what's the flip side?
what do you mean?
Is you holding back on that conversation and you actually expressing yourself adequately for your needs. Is it worth the experience that you're gonna get otherwise?
No, but remember I said before that I don't feel that any two people should have sex without a conversation. At this age,
What's the conversation? What is
at my big
What's the
age,
conversation go like? I'm curious. What's the conversation is this? Like, do you eat ass? Is that the conversation?
What is up with this ass?
Because
Where am I?
I understand.
I'm ignoring Kimani.
I understand.
That
What is up with this ass eating
I'm ignoring
situation?
him.
But
I'm ignoring him.
I think that conversation may look very differently person to person, right?
No, I agree.
So within you having that conversation, if you can generalize what that looks like, because people may be having a conversation and not know that they're having that exact conversation that you're talking about.
But why are we as grown folks not having open
But what is-
conversations?
what is that-
about sex?
People are
It's not
open.
always it's easy enough to say
People
have
are
the
open.
conversation and have the conversation. Not everyone always feels comfortable, even if they've been in a relationship for a long period of time or whatever. Some people don't feel comfortable talking about what they like or don't like.
I
I
agree.
remember
100%.
we're coming from a generation
Where?
who grew up watching porn and having unrealistic expectations of what should happen
In the
with
bedroom.
sex. So especially if you're an older female or whatever, you may have had kids, you may not feel comfortable in your body, you may not feel like confident or whatever however you may be feeling. It may not be natural for you to just have a conversation with your partner about what you like, what you dislike, how you want to have sex or whatever. I think what should be normalized is understanding your partner's body, knowing if they are enjoying sex, or reading them and having that non-verbal communication where you're actually really in tune with your partner.
Correct.
And understanding, you know, how their body reacts to certain things. And it's not just a male understanding a female, but it's vice versa. And then when you get to the point where you are happy and you're confident and comfortable to have that conversation with the other person, then make the other person feel comfortable as well, and approach it and be like, you know, babe, I want to make you feel comfortable. Let me know how you like sex.
That's why
I in a safe space where the other person feels comfortable as well, because not everyone feels comfortable having those conversations.
I agree.
I think that men should gently broach that topic. And listen to me. And I said gently because it depends on how you bring it up. Okay. Because if you just come out the back like, oh, so what you liking at the bedroom, it's gonna be like red flag. You're immediately the message is going to be screenshot and it's dropped in the group chat. Yeah. It's dropped in the group chat and you are now the topic of discussion.
Yeah, got it.
But most of you don't care. We know this. But I think men should bring it up from a perspective of wanting to know you sexually and know, okay, what are you okay with and what are you not okay with.
That's why
you understand what I'm
when
saying?
you have this conversation.
I don't think it's from
I don't think it's from day one. I don't think it's from. Okay, so listen. Some people smash on the first date.
Mm-hmm. You can't have the conversation.
So I don't think that you can have that conversation right then and there, or maybe on the way home if y'all know that if a girl say, yo, him have a buzz, me just like, go, you know?
You have a buzz.
Then that is it. You understand what I'm saying? However, I just don't. The way I can't do that. But if that's her thing, that's her thing. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like men should feel empowered to gently bring it up and see what the response is. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So even so first of all, we live in South Florida. So people need to be taking care of their selves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
So even that is a conversation like, how do you take care of yourself?
Yes.
Like, what is your STD status?
Yeah.
What is your HIV status?
That's a big question that people...
That should be the first question.
Yeah.
The icebreaker.
And that is the icebreaker. Yeah. So...
That's your first question?
No.
Okay.
What's your HIV status?
So...
when was the last time you been tested?
I mean, I haven't dated for a very long time.
And I feel that...
That's the questions you having?
But I feel like even if your test results are negative, I still don't feel that it's both. Yes, and even so, still protect yourself. Still protect yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, I haven't dated for a long time, but I'm saying, like, for me, like, if I was in the dating world, I'm grown. I'm a grown-ass woman. And y'all know me. I'm very open about my sexuality. So for me, it's like... for me, it's like, if I meet somebody and we vibe, and I'm like, if we're vibing, like, clearly that's an indication of I want to have relations with you. So it's like, if I'm going to ask you, what is your sexual status, or what do you like in bed and stuff, like, why is it that we can't discuss that off the bat? Because if I'm even entertaining your company, we are grown ass people.
And that's why I said,
why can't we have that conversation?
It would be something.
It's kind of off back start with a woman.
But here's my question.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying right off the bat, but I'm saying if I'm even entertaining you, say you call me a few times, we talking on the phone.
You know when the
vibe
is You know when the vibe is
there.
You know when the vibe is
there. Why can't we have that conversation right off the bat? Even if we're not having sex like on the first or second date or first or second conversation, why can't we have that conversation off the bat and get that out the way?
We keep talking about us being like adults or grown or whatever. Do you guys think that the younger kids should be, you know?
I think everybody should.
Doing the same thing now.
I think everybody should.
I don't think it don't matter. Yeah, I think
once you're active, you should.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So,
But the maturity of the conversation obviously will change with age.
But exactly. The way we're talking now is because we're older, we were experienced, right? Like when we were younger, we probably had the ego where it's like, yo, I don't talk to her about it. Can't talk to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
correct.
Well, that's where we're coming from. That's our experience.
Don't
so
realize everybody different.
So you're in the So
But here's
you're
my question.
You know, do you never ask? I don't think you
many
ask
bodies
her.
you got?
You don't ask her that. You don't ask her that.
what?
Yes.
How many bodies do they have? What's their body?
the other
No,
question
you don't
is
ask
more
that.
Why? But why is that relevant?
Yeah, you don't ask that. That's not relevant. It's not relevant.
What?
It's relevant to some people still.
So,
Why?
Because them just don't want
Hold on.
Why is it relevant?
to some
Why is it
people.
not relevant?
What, the
Some
body
people-
count?
The
Everybody's
body
different.
count. Why is body count relevant?
You can explain why it shouldn't.
Yes.
Why is it not anybody's business?
What do you mean, like for a man?
Hold on, guys. Hold on,
Why
guys.
is someone's sexual history?
Body count.
Why is that relevant?
Someone's body count? Anyone?
I don't want to know.
We don't want to know.
Some people, yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Don't know.
I don't want to know. And don't
Everybody
ask.
different.
I would
We
definitely
don't want to
recommend it.
know.
Don't ask.
I don't want to
Standard.
ask.
So there's gonna be men that have been out here, whatever. My thing is, if a man treats you good and
Don't say it like that.
he doesn't have
Don't say it.
Yeah, please don't.
sexual
Don't say it.
or like diseases
don't.
or whatever. Yeah, he doesn't have any STDs or anything like that, and he's totally committed to you.
Exactly.
And vice versa. What does it matter?
How many women he's been
the
with?
person before? Because really and truly, if you think about it, if you started having sex when you were 16, 17, right? And you're now in your 40s.
let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do the maths. Let's not do the
I'm
maths.
saying,
You men are in denial. You guys are in such denial right now.
Why?
You're in denial.
What do you mean?
Hold on. One person,
Wait, hold on, guys. One person. One
One
person.
person at a time. Yeah, man.
a woman could come to you and say she slept with 20 men, yeah? But she's in her
need to
40s
see.
or
I'll
whatever,
make
and
me
it
laugh.
averages out to 2 men a year, yeah? So you've met someone, you've been dating for 6 months, whatever you 6 it
Let's be real here. Sometimes people are celibate.
But my thing is, that's on average, that's an okay amount by say my standards if it was like one of my friends. So, but a man could look at that and be like, "Oh, that's a lot of people." But really and truly, why does it matter?
20 men.
What difference does it make on your life as
You're
to what her
petty,
sexual
bro.
history is?
Okay, so the men are laughing. It's 20. So 20 men. Say you're having sex from you're 16 to 18 years old. 20 men and you're 40 years old. No, man. I
Let's not
I
do
need
this,
to know
guys.
this because you're
Let's not do
asking.
this.
My question,
Sex with 20 men
my
over
question
20
is-
years.
Hold on, guys. One person.
I'll tell you why I'm laughing.
One
Because I
person.
asked you the question, does it matter to you how many women that you're men?
Yes.
It does?
Matters to
It
you.
doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, it doesn't.
Wait, 7 seconds.
It doesn't.
With the OJ girl.
Whatever.
What does it
The
matter?
minute the girl come in the area and say hello to the man, you're going to want to know how I'm doing.
No. Okay, I can only speak for myself.
So, yeah.
I can only speak for myself. I am not an extremely jealous person. I am not a person who is like, as my man talk to a woman, I'm just like side-eyeing him and
Shit.
I'm just like side-eyeing him and looking like, okay, where you know this girl from? I am not that type of person. There's a lot of women who are like that. I am not like
My
that.
wife ain't like that.
I am,
Are you a unicorn?
yeah?
Are you a unicorn?
Are you? No, she's not a unicorn. I think, to be honest with you, there's a lot of women that are not like that.
So I won't say I'm a unicorn. I am a very,
You're not like that.
I am a very
You're not like that.
open-minded
I was waiting till she was done.
Yeah, you mean.
So I think in a
Hold on, guys. One
So
person.
I think in addition to you being very open-minded, your husband has created a safe space for you, right?
Yes.
He's not a no man is perfect, and no shade to him, but he's not a perfect man. But your husband has done things to make you feel secure in your marriage with him.
Yes.
So as a result, and you've done the same for Danielle. So any girl can walk up and say, hey, and she'd be like, oh, hey. And we say, oh, a lot of women are like that. You're a unicorn. No, she's not a unicorn.
She's not a unicorn,
It is dependent on what the man does, how he conducts himself, and the environment, that the culture he creates in his relationship.
And
You
again-
get the best out of your woman when she feels emotionally safe.
And it all goes back to
Clap us for that. Clap us for that.
how you men.
Oh, I'm right 2 times? I'm right 2 times?
Clap us.
But you know
It all goes back to how you guys make us feel, though.
it's not always just the man, it's also how, because you can have a man that makes you feel insecure or whatever, and then you can be out, a woman comes up. My issue is, if I walk up to one of my male friends and I see them standing with a woman, I'm going to greet that person as well. Hey, you're right.
Well,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
true.
And whatever.
Some women are
You will
nasty
have
and
some
petty.
that come up and they see you standing there and they're having the conversation with the man, that's when my back's going to be up, because I know you see me standing here, regardless of whether I'm just a friend or I'm his girlfriend or whatever. To me, it's just plain rude. And as another female and as a girl's girl, that's not something that I
would do. Yeah.
Regardless of whether a man, you can feel secure in your relationship with your husband. KB, you can make Danzy feel secure. Imagine now I come up, oh my God, hey KB, hug you up, and I don't greet that.
We on a popping.
So sometimes it works both ways. And I think
he already knows.
That's happened recently.
He already knows.
Who you know that?
Listen, if you are in a relationship or in a marriage and your female friend disrespects your relationship, your wife or your person, it is your responsibility to check her. Because if you
That's true.
If you let your woman check her, whatever happens, your fault.
No, that's true. That's true.
Oh, let me tell you, I don't play that game. I don't play that game. I never allowed anybody to disrespect my ex. Never. I can't say this on camera in front of face behind him. I'm not play them game there. Whatever happened between us is between us. Whatever I say to him,
You mean
it's fine.
even after the fact, you will still never let anybody disrespect you?
No.
Oh, that's dope.
I don't. Listen, let me tell you something. No, when we were together, people, you need to protect your spouse. Don't let anybody disrespect your spouse.
That's true.
No time, no day. And even if you guys have a falling out and something happened and you don't agree with what your spouse do, don't even deal with that shit in the car, brother. Because you don't know who next day. When they reach in the yard and lock the door, want to deal with that. You understand what I'm saying? I never let anybody disrespect him. I don't care who. Mother, father, cousin, sister, brother.
I agree with that.
Nobody. You're mad?
Jen,
No.
sorry, I have a question now.
Here you know.
What kind of qualities will a man have to bring to you to put you in a safe place and feel completely vulnerable to be with this person as free and as open as possible?
Transparency.
All right.
Communication. Open communication. I don't want to ever have to wonder. I don't want to ever have to wonder. Include me in decision making, things that don't even have anything to do with me. About your day, just like, oh, this came up today, I had to do it. I want to feel a part of. You understand what I'm saying? I want to feel like I matter to you. Consistency. Consistency is very, very important to me. A man being consistent, a man being a man of his word. Do not volunteer lies to me. People, let me tell you something. I am a dreamer.
That's easy.
I'm a dreamer. You guys know I'm divorced. Everybody here, except those who met me tonight, know I'm divorced. My ex-husband can tell you, I did not know. Nobody knew where he was when I caught him with the girl. I promise you, I was supposed to go to church and God told me to go to the beach. If anybody know me, everybody know me love the beach. The beach is my place of calm. I went to the beach to pray about my marriage. And when I pulled up, I saw my husband with a girl, my ex-husband with a girl sitting in my lap. God sent me to the beach.
Time, right?
So you see, if I dream things, I feel things in my gut and I dream things, don't make me have to wonder. And don't make me have to go and call your name to God. So those are the things that would make me feel emotionally safe for that man.
Can I ask you another question?
Go ahead.
I mean, you seem like a girl that has put in the work, and
my therapist, she in the budget, baby.
Yeah, exactly. You think deeply about things like, do you think there's anything that you had to work on based on Irish tradition?
Yes. So, my temper. So
We heard about that.
I'm a fire sign.
I'm gonna just drink my alcohol and mind my business.
No. I'm a fire sign, but I take things very personally. So when people do things to me, I take exception because I know I wouldn't do that to you. So it hurts.
Expectations.
Yes, I don't like people to hurt me. I want to be considered in your decision making. So please just don't do something to me that you think would hurt me. but it's okay because, or how do I say it? You do it and you think it's okay because you think I won't find out. Don't do that. I like to feel respected because I give respect. I'm very big on respect. I'm super duper big on respect. My mouth. Yeah. I had to work on my mouth. I really had to work on my mouth.
I'm still working.
Because, and I'm still a work in progress, honestly, because when I feel disrespected, when I feel, I'm an intelligent woman, you know.
Perfection, not perfection.
Don't feel so become razzle dazzle. I'm a very intelligent woman. So when I feel like you're insulting my intelligence, I'm not gonna get her, but the guys and me have a rise.
Yeah, man, the
angel comes out.
Don't.
The angel's it's a good name point.
Self-control, ladies. Mrs. Reed said self-control, ladies. But
you're right, bro. Yeah,
I had to work on my mouth. I had to work on my mouth. And thinking before I speak. I was the type of person that as soon as something happens, I need to address it in the moment. And I've learned great value in pausing for hours, sometimes a day. And just really collecting my thoughts and not responding from a place of emotion, but from a place of what is my truth in the situation. Yeah.
Let me ask you another question.
I commend you though.
Based on what you just said a while ago, you
still at work in progress.
You've been in scenarios where you misinterpreted things, I'm assuming.
Yeah, a lot.
And that's what told you to like, let me take a step back and wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like when you're waiting, right? When you're in that process of trying to like evaluate everything or whatever, what's your communication like during that period?
I mean, like,
because sometimes people shut down and it's
so if you reach out to me, I'll speak, but I'm not reaching out to you. My words are very brief. Like you can ask me, how was your day? It was good. Yeah. It was good. And I don't care how your day was. I don't give one shit how your day was. I don't care. Now, if we're in a situation where we're living together, I will send you a message, yo, I'm stopping for food, what you want? Or I'll get your food and just bring it. If I'm cooking, your food is there, but I'm not sharing
it out.
Come share your food yourself.
But not sharing it.
Yeah, no, I will cook the food for you, but I'm not share your food.
Yes, I cook.
Yeah, I'm not sharing it.
We cook it, but I'm not sharing it.
Yeah, I'm not sharing it. But that's what the communication is. Now, if something happens and I need to speak to you, I am calling you. If something happens at work and I need to vent, I'll call you. And then when I hang up, you understand what I'm saying? But that's what it is for me.
So I mean, honestly, like based on the conversation tonight, it's clear that it comes down to communication, right?
It does.
You have to learn the partner and how they communicate as well.
But realistically, it never happens that way.
I don't think that's true.
Holistically.
But it's also good to check in with your partner like once a month. Like, hey.
I think once a month is too long.
It's too long. That's
like a review.
A
relationship review with them?
So I think people say, oh, but we talk every day and with this every day. In my ideal relationship, in my ideal marriage.
Talk things.
In my ideal marriage. No, in my future marriage.
Exactly.
In my future marriage, we're going to check in once a week.
Toronto.
Phones.
Sorry, continue.
No phones, no screens, no distractions. Just hey babe, is there anything that we need to talk about? An open space, an open time to just discuss things. Something could have been said last week and the other party is processing it and they actually want to talk about it. I think once a week check-ins. There may be weeks where it's yo, I'm good, you good?
Yeah, we're cool.
And there might be a week where you guys are up till 2:00 in the morning just talking through some things.
You know what? You're right.
And I think
one-on-one with your boss, like
and I'm saying like you're supposed to have weekly or bi-weekly team meetings. Especially in the field that Dancy and I work in, we have to have debriefings. We have to do we have to staff things. We have to do a bunch of stuff. So I tell people all the time, You have to show up for your marriage like you show up for work every day, even when you don't want to. There's not a day of my life I wake up and I want to go to work.
But I will say this,
I love what I do. I love what I do. But I don't want to wake up and have to fight traffic to get to work at 8 o'clock. But I do it. Why? Because I need the money to pay my bills. And I feel like people need to understand they need to have the same attitude and mindset about their relationships and their marriages. So if you want to check in with your boss once a week or bi-weekly, you need to be checking in with your partner once a week or bi-weekly. A month is too long to have a check-in.
Can I interject a little bit, please? I mean, I totally agree with you 101%. However, I feel like you're at a stage in your therapy where it's like you reach further than most of us, where we're still trying to work on it, because there are times where it's like, okay, I check in, I show up, but when I'm irritated, I'm going to choose violence. My mouth is going to show up. My attitude is going to show up. I'm not going to want to be with you. I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to be petty.
And this is the side of women that, like, sometimes, like, as a man,
it's very frustrating.
You have to deal with it.
Yes.
Yeah. I understand. So you have to deal with it. It's like, when you're angry, and you have to hold it back.
That's the piece.
That is the feeling that you get sometimes.
But wait.
Like,
but hold on. So hold on though. Let's go back to the check-in with the boss. Does your check-in with your boss happen by happen chance, or is it scheduled? Schedule your check-in. So Wednesday, whether it is
time management, guys.
No, we're not. Listen, if you want something to listen, you're a professor. You give everybody a syllabus. They know when your exams are. Whatever is happening, whose responsibility is it to communicate with you if they have a death in the family or something? Correct.
She's not wrong.
Right. So it is scheduled. You have to schedule things in your relationship.
Yeah.
That is one thing that my therapist has taught me. Schedule joy.
Yes.
She backed me up all the time. Something as simple as going to get a massage. I have a massage membership. I have a massage membership. I have 7 massages sitting and waiting. And she fights with me about it all the time. Janelle, go and get your massages. Exercise your self-care. Schedule it. Whether it's a Wednesday night, and him don't wash the dishes. Can we talk about the dishes? Them girl, I have your back. But on Wednesday night,
these dishes,
regardless or not of where you are mentally, take a deep breath and have the conversation. Schedule it.
But let me say this though, like to that, when I always ask me like what do I look for in a woman, and I always say someone that's progressive. Right? Like you're gonna have those women that you said,
what is happening? Put the camera upon my face.
Jen said,
what is happening? Why are you trying to do this?
Jen said a weekly schedule, right? Of checking in weekly. But then you're going to encounter that person that something come up every other day. 2 days, 3 days, they have a problem.
Then you're not making
and then you talk to them in the weekly scheduled meetings, you talk to them, you reason with them, and it comes to conclusions, and then the next week is the same thing. So when I say progressive, is a person that's going to actually listen and do the necessary steps.
Oh, that's the next episode, bro.
To grow.
Women don't listen.
I think we're like how far reach now?
All right.
Yeah, we're gone long time.
Yeah, we're going far. So at the end of the day,
come on, sometimes y'all don't listen. And you know that too.
Marriage / relationships are always going to be work.
Sometimes y'all don't listen.
But are you willing to? Okay, so you're saying somebody is progressive, but are you willing to go through that process?
You can't ask me that. Like, why would I require that if I'm not willing to give that? So I'm saying like that's
but a lot of times people have a good talk game, so that's why she's asking.
No, I'm all for the growth, always.
So why are you still single?
Yo!
Next topic. That's next. We're gonna wrap it up right there.
I don't think I can.
You know what? I think that Boys Brunch should have a speed dating event.
Oh.
Do you know what? No, you know what? No. On a serious note, someone actually asked me about that. And maybe that's something that we need to look at in the future. But because I don't understand. Like people are single, and women and men both say the same thing to me, that they can't find single persons. And I'm like, but I know single people, so why don't y'all just meet? Like, what's the problem? So maybe that's something we need to organize for real.
I think you should.
Yeah, maybe that's something we need to organize. Anyway, We have gone over, I think it's near to 2 hours, but it's been an amazing episode.
Another one.
I don't even think we did an introduction, but yo.
Hey, women versus men, but
It was great.
We love our women.
You know, Keita Yadi was here, Jen was here, Keith was here, Mr. Single was here. It was a great vibe, you know? It was always a good
You
vibe.
need to change your Instagram handle.
Mr. Sagittarius himself, ladies and gentlemen.
Sagittarius.
He was
Singletarius.
No, but I'm gonna speak into being. Before the end of this year,
We go fight.
this guy is not gonna be single anymore.
Yes.
Yeah?
We're lovers.
He's gonna be love her, right? He's gonna be love her,
Right
right?
now, you're gonna be lovers, friends. Ooh.
No, change
But you know, he may not even be available for the episodes as much, you know, because it might be date night. So
That's cool. And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, alright, so what we're gonna say is
and also ask me what I'm looking for. I want a girl that can blend into the group. That'd be nice.
that's important. That's
You know what I'm saying? She
important.
can come apart with us while we're
So
talking.
a gym girl who's progressive and can blend in with the group.
do you not go to the gym?
Oh, thank you for tuning into this episode of Boys Brunch. We will catch you on the next episode. I am Janelle Kito Yardi. This is Kimani. This is Keeks. And this is Mr. Singletarian.
Oh my
Have a
God.
good night.
Like, follow, subscribe, please. Like,
And
follow,
share.
subscribe.
And share.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah, right now.
Oh, and DM right now. Please.
Yeah, follow him. He accepts follow requests.
Yeah.